Storytime with Stone. The Tooth Mouse. Lotta is losing a tooth. Will a fairy or a mouse come and nab the little shit? Lotta's tooth is wobbly. Very fucking wobbly. Maybe it'll fall out soon, and then the tooth fairy can come. Lotta smiles at her best friend Loser as they unpack their school lunch boxes. But in Spain, where my family comes from, the tooth mouse will come. He is called Raton Perez, and he'll leave a little gift if you leave him a glass of water. Liza grinned, her front teeth missing. Later that evening at bedtime, Lotta's mum asked, "How's your wobbly tooth doing? Is it gonna fucking fall out soon or what?" Lotta smiled, pretty wobbly, but now I have a big problem. Liza says there isn't a tooth fairy. Her mum frowned. "Oh," Liza says. "What else does Liza say?" Lotta cuddled up. The tooth fairy is really a tooth mouse, and he doesn't leave money. He leaves a little gift, but only if you leave him a glass of water. Her mum smiled and shook her head. Maybe they work together, the tooth fairy and the tooth mouse. Maybe, Lotta sighed. Does the tooth fairy speak Spanish, do you think? I think the tooth fairy speaks, and the tooth mouse speak everything. Everything. Spanish, French, English, even American. And I wouldn't be at all surprised if they know each other really fucking well. Probably best fucking friends. Next day at school, Liza asked, "Is your wobbly tooth out yet, Lotta?" "Nearly," Lotta nodded. "It's wobbly enough to fall out maybe today or tomorrow." Liza got closer. "Don't forget to leave Raton Perez a glass of water." Girls got closer with their lunches. They like to swap things. My mom thinks that they work together. The tooth fairy and the tooth mouse. Lotta smiled and broke off a tuna tortilla wrap. "Let's write them a letter and find out." Liza laughed and put it under the pillow with the tooth if it ever falls out. After school, girls met up at Liza's house to write a letter to the mouse and the fairy. Lotta grinned. "We'll paint some mouse and fairy pictures to make the letter good." They had to hurry though. Lotta's tooth was really fucking wobbly. It was wobbling and wobbling and wobbling and wobbling. It isn't really a letter, it's more like a list of questions like school, Lotta frowned. Liza then had the idea, like at school, to put a box with yes or no after each question. Do you work together? Yes or no? Can you speak Spanish? Yes or no? Do you help children if they are scared of the dentist? Yes or no? And what do you do with all these fucking teeth? And that's when it happened. Lotta's tooth wobbled one last time and fell out. Just right, they both laughed. Tomorrow we shall see who comes, tooth fairy or the tooth mouse. Lotta went to bed, her tooth wrapped in a tissue under her pillow, glass of water into her nightlight, and the letter with pretty mice and fairies under her pillow. Getting to sleep was hard. Her head was buzzing with fairies and mice. Who would come? Who would come? Next morning, Lotta pulled out her pillow. Fucking tooth was gone. In its place was one big silver coin and a small bright box of crayons. Lotta looked at the letter. The water was gone, and the letter had the tiniest squiggly writing on it. So small it was very hard to read. Do you work together, yes or no? We are a big team. There are so many children all over the world. Can you speak Spanish? It's very helpful to speak many other languages. Do you help children if they're scared of the dentist? We help dentists. Never forget our rules. Brush your teeth. 2 proper minutes. Every morning, lunch, and bedtime. What do you do with all these teeth? That's our big secret. None of your fucking business. Look at the tiniest stars twinkling in the night sky. Look at the smallest white pebbles at the edge of the sea. Imagine a shiny pearl necklace for fairies and magic mice. That's all we can say. Lotta and Liza puzzled over the letter as they nibbled carrot sticks with their dips. I bet it was your mum, Liza, held the letter up. Lotta shook her head. That's what I thought. Her writing is big and scrawly like a spider. I checked it. Liza picked up the bright box of crayons, squinting up really close for clues. Oops. It says here on the back and very small. Made in Spain. Hecho en España. Is that a clue? Then Liza bit hard on a carrot stick. I've got another wobbly tooth. We'll just have to try again. This time I'm going to stay awake all night. The end.